Neighbor, that this is the love from Sharon because she loves all of us dearly.
Wow.
And she was a special person. Amen. So hug your neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.
Chicken hug. We're doing our virtual hug. That's how we do it at home.
Jeez, I keep hitting this thing.
I'm going to make everybody
Perfect.
Hi everyone. My name's Rich Wilcox. I see a lot of faces here that I don't recognize, but that's okay because I know they're friends of Jack's and Sharon's. I've been involved in this club since I think the late 90s. Never really got a chance to get to know Sharon the way you people do, but I feel honored to be here with you. I guess I'm speaking for the club today, and we would like to donate a bush to Jack. It's a Rose of Sharon bush. And it's up to him wherever he wants to plant it, at his house or somewhere. Jack's been involved in this club for an awful long time, and he's taught me so much about this property and the club, dealing with people, and even the property. I know this property means so much to him, so it's up to him wherever he wants to plant it. So thanks, Jack, for all you've taught me.
Sean, where are you?
Just in case for those of you guys that don't know us, this is Sharon's oldest brother, Steve, and oldest sister, Sue, youngest sister, Sandy, and youngest brother, Sean, and best looking brother, Scott. Just want to say a couple words about our awesome sister. I still had a hard time shedding a tear because I know how much she struggled lately, and many years actually, and being a true believer. I know she's dancing on the streets of gold. Kind of envious. This age it won't be long, but I just want to say a couple words. There's my sister Sue.
Well, I wrote something. Sharon and I were only a year apart. Oh my God, so many memories I can't even begin. We did stuff. We lived in horse sets. We used to go roller skating, and we lived in Seneca Falls. We would do hopscotch and East Aurora. We lived in a couple houses there, and we just loved to explore the land and play Barbie dolls. We went on double dates. I mean, we were only a year apart, so we did a lot of stuff together. And it wasn't technology, so we had to go find fun outside. And even Barbie dolls, we just found stuff around the house just to use, cars and beds and whatever. But it was hard coming here today because I'm so used to coming and seeing my sister, and it just was really different. Whenever I come to Buffalo, I would do that, go visit my sister. So I do miss her, but I know she's happy. I know she's up in heaven, just helping everybody out that she can. She was very loving and very kind. And she was a lot kinder than I was when we were growing up. She really was, because I used to. She would do stuff for people, and my parents would be like, "Why are you doing that? You're making me look bad." I was like, "Quit spoiling them." But she was like that. That's the way she was. She was always doing stuff for people. So I love her. I love you, Sharon, very much. And I know you're in a better place. I can barely talk, so I'm just going to say this quick. She's a great person. I love her. I miss her very much.
Yeah, she was a great big sister. When I was really young, she looked after me a lot, and she was always very positive. She was just a great influence on me, especially when I was young. And even in college, she used to send me care packages. And, I mean, that was great. I'll never forget that. Yeah, I'll miss her.
And she was always doing that for people. Always, like when our kids all got together, when we come to visit her, always bags of goodies for all the kids. She was always doing stuff like that. Even when I wasn't feeling good at home, whatever, she'd always send me up bags of stuff. And she was always so caring like that.
She was. I have to say, seeing all these people here, and a lot of you we don't know, but obviously you knew Sharon and how awesome she was. She was a great sister. And it really feels weird being up here without her. We're never going to forget her. We're going to carry her in our hearts forever. And we will see her again. And to Jack, the boys, brothers and sisters, her mom and dad who couldn't make it, that wanted to be here. They couldn't make it because of health reasons. Sharon, without you, we miss you. And someday we'll see you again. And we just really want to thank you all for being here to celebrate her life. Yes, she's gone, but she was in a lot of pain at the end. So there's a sense of relief for her there. So again, thank you from the Raymond family. Thank you. And we love you, Sharon. And all I was going to say is thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. I've known Jack forever, even before they got married. So I had to put up with
He
him.
looked just like that.
I had a little more hair, I think. While all of you were up here, I just wanted to accomplish something for your mom. One of the best things that happened to me in the last couple of weeks was I had a call from your mom and dad, had a nice conversation with them, and they wanted to be sure to let everybody know that if they could be here, they would be. Stork's health is failing and they couldn't make the trip. And they were really broken up about not being able to be up here. But they wanted me to make sure that I got a hug with all of you on film. I believe you're taping.
We're all set, Jack.
So, for Sandy and Stork, this is for you.
I would like to say, just since Jack didn't step up here, Sharon was madly in love with that guy. I mean, I remember the boyfriend she had that she left for Jack. Oh, and he was a big guy, but Sharon said, "Nah, man, Jack can take him." I don't think he's here. I haven't even looked yet. But anyway, Jack did make Sharon. I mean, well, you're awesome, Jack. You really are. Not as good as Mark, but you're awesome.
Okay, my name's Lucy. I'll probably talk way too much. I had the honor of sharing a birthday with Sharon, and we graduated together from high school. My friends and I had the honor of visiting her in the nursing home and doing for her. I would go and wash her hair for her. I said to a friend recently, all the time I thought I was giving to Sharon, but she was really giving to me. I will miss her. I do miss her. And maybe it's because we have the same birthday. I feel a connection to her. She's still here. She's still about us. She would be so pleased today because this is what she wanted. A celebration of her life and everybody who loved her. She loved the balloons and the forget-me-nots. Caramels, okay? There's a contest going on. Secret family recipe. Friends and I got together last week and made the secret caramel recipe. They're on the table. Sharon's mama, all by herself, poor thing, made another batch of caramels and sent them up. They're in the basket on the back table by the videos. So we're having, enjoy the caramels, please. Martha, where are you? Thank you for that song. That we know that Sharon's with the angels and they're so blessed to have her there. And Nikki, where's Nikki? Where'd you go? That was beautiful, honey. And I know your eyes were closed. Mine weren't. And I was watching. And all those people among us that might not believe in flames above our heads and meditations closed their eyes and were doing it. Thank you for that healing thoughts. And Sharon did. She picked a beautiful day to die. The weather was beautiful. And when we heard the news, friends gathered, and we just missed her, and we will. Thank you to the family for having this gathering. I want to remember a few people. So, friend Jennifer, she did so much for Sharon. She was there for years, taking her fish fries and corned beef, and she did so much for her. And Sandy, where's Sandy? Sandy, honey, everybody should be so proud of you, how you stepped up to the plate and took care of your big sister. It was just beautiful. It was nice to watch. Thank you for doing that. Claudia, thank you for being there at the end with her, so she wasn't alone. And to the boys, your mama was so proud of you, and she's so sorry that she's leaving grandchildren to be raised without her. My friends and I absolutely believe the only blessing in this whole thing is she's not suffering anymore. She suffered. She was so brave and courageous. She was like a mountain woman. And I believe in her life she was courageous, and in her death she was courageous. And to Jack, I sent him a card, and at the very beginning it said, "The house that Jack built." There's a children's poem like that, isn't there? Yeah. He built that home with love for her, and she never got to go there. And that was so sad to me. And she was so looking forward to seeing her son on TV. Like, how many people get to have a son on TV, right? And she didn't get to see that either. So the only blessing in anything is that she's not suffering anymore, and she's good, and she's here, and she would be so happy with all of this. I'm going to ask a favor. Besides the caramels, which I hope you enjoy, there's prayer candles here. Light a prayer candle for Sharon. If they're all lit, that would make Sharon so happy. And there's prayer flags to be made. If you just go up and look at them, attach a prayer flag. Jack's going to hang them out in the woods on their property. And Sharon would really like that. And it's all about what Sharon would want today. And I'm so glad her family would be here. And my closing thought, sending prayers to her mama and daddy, who just must be suffering at the loss of their daughter. But thank you.
Next person who would like to say anything? Justine, would you like to say anything?
Oh, Sharon would like it if you did.
She also told you didn't have to either.
Probably gonna cry. I went to see my Aunt Sharon 2 days before she passed, and she was so happy. And she was on such a high, and that's another blessing, is that she wasn't in a bad place when she went. She was really happy. And she had all these cute little sun dancers all over her windowsill that people would bring to her. And and she told me that her angels bring those to her. And we were talking about angels, and we talked a lot about life and death, and that is another blessing that I got to have that conversation with her. And while I was there, the Easter bunny came. Like an actual Easter bunny, like a guy in an Easter bunny costume. Yeah, with a basket full of like Easter treats, and most of them were chocolates. And he handed her a sun dancer. It was a little lamb. And then when he left, she said, "That was another angel." You know. So I thought that was pretty cool. And she said she doesn't know who brings them to her. They're always random. She never knows when they're coming. But she was so content. And I think she was ready. As sad as it is that she didn't get to see the show or get to see Melissa's baby, she's still seeing it all with us. So she's here with all of us right now.
I'll just wait and see if there's any more brief takers. Back there. All right, Jack, would you like to say a few words before we go party some more for Sharon?
If I can get through this, I got quite a bit to say. First of all, I wanted to try and explain this. Sharon and I talked many times in the past, and she never wanted to have a funeral or a wake, and she wanted to have a party. This was her party. A lot of the parties up here at the club, she was part of. And for those of you from the club up here, set up a lot of parties up here for a lot of people. And thank you all for coming to her party. And she wanted happy. That's what it was about. And as you heard, she spent her whole life giving. Everybody that's in here, if you could please, at some point in time before you leave, go in this little back room. It's all full of her stuff. Stuff that you like to give away. Stuff that you'd still like to be given away. And we'd like you to pick something out and take it home to remember her by, please. And also, eat. We got tons of food. I also, as hard as this is going to be, wanted to give you a little bit, for those who don't already know, about what her life was for the last 20 years. Because no one should live that life. And to appreciate her fully, you need to know what that was. 20 years ago, she was diagnosed with spinal stenosis. And shortly thereafter, she had her first back surgery. And over the last 20 years, she had 20 back surgeries. One year, she had 4 in the same year. Somebody said, how long has she been in a nursing home? There's no way of answering that question. Because after her surgery, she'd go into the nursing home, into rehab, and then she'd get better. And she'd come home, and someone would say to me, is she better? And what you didn't realize, and I didn't even realize at first, was the surgeries weren't to make her whole. They were to prolong the inevitable, which was paralysis. And was she better? Yeah, she can walk today. Until 6 months from now, when she has to go back in and have another surgery. So on top of those surgeries, she developed diabetes, had kidney issues, and liver issues from all of the